Why are so many married people quietly struggling with loneliness when marriage is meant to be the place where they feel most seen, loved, and valued? On the outside, they look like the perfect Christian couple. They attend church together, raise their kids together, smile in every family photo, and yet in the same home, one spouse feels completely alone. This is silent abandonment. Not when one spouse walks out. It happens when they slowly become a stranger while still being there with you. The reality is that you can share a home with someone who already stopped choosing you. And here is a shocking truth that most Christians overlook. Many married people are kind and caring to strangers, but cold and distant to the people they married. Abandonment in marriage starts small, grows quietly, and before you notice it, two previously inseparable people now live like roommates sharing a house. My name is Patrick, and on this channel I share the timeless word of God. In this video, I will reveal 5 types of abandonments in Christian marriage and how to recognize them before it's too late. The first one is conflict repair abandonment, and this is the most common. Conflict by itself rarely destroys marriage. Unrepaired conflicts, on the other hand, can destroy even the strongest relationships. When one spouse has a habit of shifting blame or making it difficult to resolve issues, especially when they are at fault, the other partner gradually checks out. They get tired of every honest conversation being turned into a confrontation, tired of being labeled a troublemaker for trying to resolve issues. So they choose silence for their peace of mind. They stop raising their concerns. Meanwhile, the unresolved problems continue to pile up, and over time, the innocent partner feels unappreciated. They feel ignored. They feel mistreated. And this is not how God designed marriage to work. In Matthew 5 verses 23 and 24, Jesus says that before we bring our offering to God, we should make peace with anyone who has something against us, because God puts reconciliation before religious performance. You cannot skip conflict repair and expect your worship to mean something. The second is emotional and conversation abandonment. This can happen in 2 main ways. When a spouse continuously feels wounded or ignored, they are likely to detach emotionally. But I want us to focus on the emotional abandonment that happens when one spouse provides everything else, but they are not emotionally available to their partner. You can provide every material need, but if you don't satisfy the emotional hunger of your partner, then there is a huge part of them that feels starved. When curiosity between spouses fades, they live like they know everything there is to know about each other. But human beings are constantly changing and growing. The couple also loses the spark that brought excitement between them. Proverbs 20 verse 5 says that the inner thoughts of a person are like deep water, but a wise friend knows how to bring them out. A couple that has stopped trying to understand each other eventually loses their emotional connection. Their communication becomes limited to the essentials such as bills, kids, and chores. The third one is warmth and touch abandonment. When there is no emotional connection, the physical warmth also fades. The hugs become rare, kissing becomes formality. Touch that was previously intentional becomes routine. They do it out of habit rather than genuine affection. And it eventually disappears. And beyond touch, the time shared between them becomes empty and meaningless. Two people can be present in the same space, but because one of them is always busy with something else, whether on their phone or on TV, anything but their partner, the spouse on the receiving end of that absence feels invisible to the very person who is supposed to see them. Ecclesiastes 4 verses 9 and 10 says, "Two are better than one, because when one falls, the other will help them up." But how will you know they need help when you no longer pay attention to them? The fourth is identity and dream abandonment. The deepest form of abandonment is when someone kills the dream of their partner. God has placed dreams and aspirations in every one of us. And I don't mean dreams that are contrary to what your marriage stands for. There are partners who are fond of discouraging their spouses from pursuing what is in their heart. Some do it through subtle comments that bring doubt and erode the confidence of their partner. Others do it openly by withdrawing support at the most critical moment. And most of the time, they do it out of jealousy, fear, or a need to control the partner. And so with time, the dream gets smaller. The partner stops pursuing it, and they live the rest of their life feeling the pain of an unfulfilled dream. They feel unsupported. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 says, real love does not envy. It does not insist on having things its own way, because real love celebrates the gifts and blessings of others. When a spouse stops their partner from pursuing their dream, that is not real love. The fifth one is the growth abandonment. And this is the opposite of what we have just covered. When one spouse is growing and the other is very supportive, but the growing spouse sees the partner as a hindrance to their growth, so they stop introducing them to their new circles. Instead of seeing them as a partner in the journey, they see them as someone who does not fit into what they are becoming. They see them as someone who is holding them back. Whether it's in their career, in education, they continue with their growth alone without ever officially leaving. And the partner who is left behind feels it. They see their spouse growing closer to everyone else while drifting further and further away from them. They feel small and irrelevant, like they do not matter to the person who is meant to fight for them. God never designed growth to be at the expense of the person you made a covenant with. Proverbs 18 verse 1 warns against selfishness and isolation. Those who pursue it reject common sense and sound judgment. Today we have covered 5 abandonments that are common between people who made their vows before God. Whether driven by jealousy, ignorance, fear, selfish ambition, they all lead to one outcome. One spouse feeling ignored, unseen, lonely, and left behind. The Bible in Malachi chapter 2 says that God is a witness to the marriage covenant and calls it treachery when it is broken. Marriage was designed to represent God's relationship with us, His love, His mercy, His grace. So today I want you to do something very different. I want you to look into yourself without pointing at your partner and ask yourself this: have you abandoned your spouse? Is there any role in your marriage that you have been ignoring? Have you been making it difficult for your spouse to reach you? Have you been paying genuine attention to your spouse? Reconciliation begins when you acknowledge where you have been falling short and when you start showing up. So tell me in the comments, which one of these abandonments hit hardest? And how does it look like in your marriage? And if you want more honest biblical conversations about marriage, subscribe and stay close to this channel. See you in the next one.